right now. So we are live, and we'll wait a couple of minutes more because I know that we had a lot of people wanting to join. So I know that we have again a big outage somewhere in the US, if I remember right. I've seen something on the IGEL community, someone posting me from the North America team, saying that they're having some DNS issues. So this time, I mean, if you attended the first session that we had was Meetup for 10 seconds, something like that. We plan to have a great meetup, me being in Switzerland and joining with Anke and team. And yeah, just after 5 seconds, everything broke down. And I was thinking it was my internet connection, it was my cell phone, whatever, because you're in the hotel, you're not knowing which kind of issues you might have. And no, it was definitely a big issue coming from Zoom in that case. So just in case, can you hear me well now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because I just switched to the EPOS Expand 40T device, which is a great device that I'm using for my meetups, using for my travel microphone and speaker. And thanks to the EPOS team for sending me the demo device, I could do some testing. And it's an amazing piece of hardware if you're wanting to participate with 10, 20 people in the room. We had a huge group of technical people joining last week on an internal event from IGEL, and that was also a great improvement to have that tool with me, because we could cooperate over 2 to 3 different departments in one room with one microphone. So that was definitely impressive. So let's start into the presentation and into the meetup, since I hope that a couple of people will join more, but at the moment I will presentation. So could you just confirm that you are seeing the presentation itself?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So warm welcome to the October 2022 meetup from the IGEL community, hosted by myself. And we are delighted to have EPOS on board today, showing their solution and how to deliver a premium audio solution based on their experience, based on their technical knowledge, because we have at the moment the requirement from the market to be, I would say, quite agile between working from home, working from the company. But the main focus at the moment is unified communication. I mean, the same focus then since 2020, when we started to work from home due to COVID, etc. And we have since months, I would say maybe a year in that case, a huge partnership with EPOS. And we thought about, hey, why not involving them into a meetup where we could share experience from EPOS, but also getting new questions from the market and share a little bit how to use the EPOS Connect, which is included in the Igel OS, like an example. So enough other information regarding the meetups. We are coming on pace again. I know that the year 2020 was pretty calm in terms of meetups and online meetings. It has several reasons, but yeah, we're coming back on track at the moment. On the November the 10th, we have an amazing session together with our product management, telling the UMS 12 and OS 12 session. So if you didn't know until now, we are delivering a new operating system and management platform for the year 2023. And if you want to get more detailed information than you already have gotten in the IGEL community, please join that. Mohamed Ali, so Mali from the product management VP, will tell us a little bit more about our new solution. Then on December the 1st, we have also a postponed session, since due to sickness, the main speaker couldn't join. The Lifehack privilege escalation in the Azure cloud. So that's a really deep technical one. On December the 15th, we have the product management again, but in that case, we will have a kind of tradition where we are talking about the year 2022, what IGEL delivered to the market, which changes we made to our product and to our product range, and what the outcome for 2023 could be. Last one, I'm really proud of this. The IGEL community turns 5. So we are getting a little bit older and wiser, and we are now 5, at least not now today, but on the 20th of December. So please join us in celebrating. Just a few things I would like to share. So you see that events are coming back. Please join us on the igelcommunity.com/events to get the latest news on the upcoming events, but also on other stuff like the Tech Tip Tuesday videos, which are also coming back to pace at the moment, and the technology partners. In short, I'm delivering on a quite regular basis, at the moment less regular, but in the future regular again, 10 to 15 minutes tutorial about our system, about our management with a tech deep dive information about the solution. And you can find it on videos.igelcommunity.com. We will share the link in a couple of seconds. And just in case you missed it, we have a technology partner channel where every partner who just enrolled in the Igel Ready partnership can deliver content, latest documentation, RSS feed in their own channel. Since we don't want to do publicity, we are inviting people to join this channel by hand. So that's what I'm showing on the screen. And then just search for TP, which is the abbreviation of technology partner minus, and then the name of the company. And company, just an example. Here's a short sum up about what we are doing and where to find it. If you're not an Igel community member until now, please join us. We are sharing content, but we are also helping on a daily basis our customer, our ecosystem in terms of technical issues, but also by putting some new content like the videos, like archives and so on. Last slide, and then I will definitely show up myself and hand it over to Anke. If you have questions, you can definitely use the chat, but we would prefer to put them in the Q&A section of the Zoom client. So if you have questions, do the Q&A. If you want to talk with us and having some fun, do the chat. But now I would say, Anke, the stage is yours. I will stop sharing.
Yeah.
If you like, you can take over.
Yes, I will.
And by the way, for the people who were asking, yes, I'm using the EPOS 40T device right now. So you are hearing my voice, not via my standard microphone that I'm using usually, but through the EPOS device. And I'm also using the speaker. In that case, Anke, you just have to switch again to the presentation mode. So if you go to display settings at the top of your presentation.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can stay there. No, that's fine. You can just stay on the in the presentation mode.
Wait.
You should have.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll give it a couple of seconds. Are you seeing your presentation at the moment? Are you seeing the presentator mode?
I see the presentation mode on my screen.
Okay, then.
Wait, I will just try if that helps. Okay, now I can see
At the bottom of your PowerPoint, you should have a small button which is switching the presentation mode to the presentator mode.
Wait.
The presenter view, to be more precise.
Yeah, I try once more. Yeah, I will try once more. Now it should work.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope you can see and hear now. Today we are going to talk about leveraging premium audio to improve collaboration experience in the VDI spaces. And we are going to mainly talk about EPOS, kind of introducing us as a company, what kind of digital solutions we have for Igel specifically. We will have a demonstration of our EPOS Manager, talk a bit about call control, presence recognition, and explain whether that's out of the box in the VDI space. One of the later points will be EPOS as part of IGEL Ready program. And the last point is an outlook, what's coming next. Okay, so let's start with introducing who's here today. As I see, Lorenzo didn't make it today. He is replaced, or his part will be shown by Christina. Christina, would you mind putting a few words to yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Christina. I'm the System and Application Architect in Partner Integration team in EPOS. And being in Partner Integration, working with Igel was one of, I would say, my pleasure in my daily work. And hopefully today I can share some interesting things, because unfortunately, Lorenzo is not able to join us. And it's nice to have you all here.
Thank you, Christina. So Jagadish, would you also please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Jagadish Tokala. the team manager for PC application and partner integration. Mainly I'm R&D responsible for the PC applications and the partner integrations, which we do, in this case, EPOS Connect for VDI for IGEL, what we have done. And prior to this, I was working for EPOS Manager. So mainly today I will be showcasing how you can use EPOS Manager to manage your headsets using IGEL, the EPOS Connect for IGEL solution, which we have done.
Thank you, Jagadish. And Kel, if you wouldn't mind to put some words to yourself.
Yes, hi, I'm Kel. I'm a VDI specialist. I'm working a lot with Citrix and thin clients, and working right now with the connectivity between EPOS Connect and on our IGEL devices and other thin client solutions.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Anke. I'm the lead business development manager at EPOS, and my task is to more look at the partnership with IGEL from a commercial point of view. So I, for instance, work a lot on the IGEL Ready program and see what can we do to make it visible that we have customized solution for working with IGEL OS. Okay, so now let's start, get to know EPOS. Maybe some of you know that historically we have been part of Sennheiser, a company called Sennheiser Communications, which has been demerged around 2 years ago. So today we are EPOS, but from a technical point of view, it's basically the same company. So we transferred all the knowledge that we had at Sennheiser Communications to EPOS. The products stayed the same. We have the same engineers working in our R&D department. So you can say from a technical knowledge and so on, it's basically the same. We focus on both enterprise and gaming segment, but today it's about the enterprise segment, of course. It's a company 100% owned by a Demand Group, which is maybe not so known to most of you, but it's a quite large company, mainly working in the hearing healthcare business. So there is a brand called Oticon, for example, which is about hearing aids, which is the largest part of Demand. And in 2021, we made close to 2.5 billion euro in revenue. So it is a big company, and EPOS is one of the business segments of it, which is of course focused on the communication part. Let's look why EPOS is different to others. So one of the big advantages that we have compared to competitors is, for example, that we have the cooperation with Demand and other brands, and that gives us the chance to work quite scientific with audio and so on. So we focus quite a lot on how can you actually achieve the best performance by using the less energy, so especially the brain energy. And that means something like, for example, when it comes to active noise cancellation, that is in many of our products, we really have a lot of knowledge. So we, for example, have a big database with a lot of scanned ears where we know, okay, the average ear is like this, and based on this knowledge, we can then also adjust the headset so it is giving a better active noise cancellation and so on. So we have quite a lot of research going on to make sure that we can really deliver on people having the ability to stay focused with less effort, improve concentration, also reduce stress and listening fatigue, so that when you are at work, for example, and you use our products, that you by the end of the day can feel that, okay, it wasn't that tough because maybe you were in a noisy surrounding and so on. I will show you now a short video to explain a bit better.
Did you know that we hear with our ears, but listen with our brain? The brain is constantly scanning the surroundings, orienting itself in its environment, distinguishing relevant sound from disturbing noises, and choosing what to focus on. Orient, focus, recognize. This is the process the brain performs to make sense of sound. Sounds that cannot be recognized are perceived as noise, and noise stresses your brain, causing tiredness and loss of concentration. Through more than a decade of psychoacoustic research, we have collected data on how and when the brain performs best. Based on that, we have designed our audio and video solutions with unique algorithms and acoustic engineering to provide the best conditions for your brain. This results in better focus and less tiredness for both you and the people you are communicating with. Introducing EPOS Brain Adapt, audio designed for your brain. EPOS, the power of audio.
Okay, I hope that gave you some kind of insight into what we mean when we talk about scientific approaches to our technologies. And of course, these principles we apply to the whole product portfolio. Very briefly, we have these 4 product lines in the enterprise business. One is the Expand line, which is very much about meeting room solutions. It's including the video bars that we are launching at the moment. We have Impact headset line, very much about giving the reliability that you need. For example, as a contact center agent, it often has the long boom arms so that the microphone performance is really good, and also very much speech focused, so that when you have calls with your customers that you really understand well and you are understood also in a good way. We have the Adapted line, which is also a headset, a pure headset line, a bit different to the Impact in the way that it is focused on more a street style look, you can say. So you can also bring it outside. It's not purely about being in the office, but maybe also a headset you would use while on the move. Now again, also while flying. So it's a bit about being able to use a headset in different locations and also different situations. That's also the products where we often have the active noise cancelling included, for example. We have a 4th line, the Command line, which is specifically for example, air traffic control business. So that means that you can connect these headsets to a little bit individualized cabling and so on, so that it fits the company's systems. So you can say that's a bit a customized product line. Of course, in our work, we also focus a lot on partners, and especially in the enterprise business, that's of course crucial to be able to deliver end-to-end solutions. So a lot of our partners, like IGEL, for example, enable us to give a customer a complete experience. Also, a lot of our partners are, of course, in the UC space, like Microsoft Teams, Zoom, you name it. Also, what we focus a lot on is that we try to enable a joint product support, because of course for a customer it's sometimes not easy to find out what's the problem if the headset doesn't work, for example. So here we also make connections so that we can provide a better support if needed. Okay, so let's look a bit more into what is EPOS Digital Solutions specifically for IGEL. So I will explain that by using Symphony, which is a joint customer that we both have. So Symphony is a Swiss health insurance provider. They use around 1,000 of our headsets and use it while running on Igel OS. They are interested in premium audio solutions. They have a call center, and it's crucial to them that they have reliable headsets with a very good microphone quality and so on. So they use our Impact 5000 series, which is our premium decked headsets. And of course, they are also interested that it works with their UC platforms, and that, of course, we can enable by being team certified, certified with Cisco WebEx, for example, and so on. And the last thing, which we will also focus a bit more going forward, is the EPOS Manager Solutions that we made available for Igel OS, which allows a central firmware update and also product configurations. And for example, for Symphony, they said that it saves them around $11,000, because instead of having to go around and update each individual headsets with using a FAT client, basically, they can do this remotely. So they found out, okay, EPOS, that's a safe choice because it really saves us money. Okay, so now let's focus on Jagadish, who is going to present our EPOS Manager solution. So I will unshare, sorry, now.
Jagadish, I believe you are still muted.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you see the screen now?
Yeah, in there.
Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so yeah, I'll start with the demo of EPOS Manager. So this will be done in two, like the way to set up EPOS Connect on IGEL OS will be done a little later after this, after I finish the EPOS Manager module. So EPOS Manager is a headset management solution, which we have done at EPOS, which is available both as a SaaS solution over cloud, software as a service, or we also have an on-premise version if people want to install it within their own premises and use it. And on the cloud solution, we have also now implemented the single sign-on. So you could say that only people who have access within your organization to your single sign-on, you could integrate that. So now I've integrated it our own single sign-on solution. And then let me choose 14. Yeah. So as soon as you log in, you will probably see some dashboards which shows some statistics like how many active devices you have in the last day, how many devices are up to date on the firmware. Same with the case of software, which is probably not applicable. This is not applicable for IGEL, but it is applicable for more the PC applications where you want to roll out your EPOS Connect for Windows or Mac. And you get some statistics on device, how many devices you have and what soft phones are used if you are on a PC world, not for the VDI part. And here you can see your users. For the IGEL world, we really don't have user names, but we can all get the machine names so that we also see like what type of clients you're having and which version of EPOS Connect is running on your machines. You could see over here. And you could see in this case, like what devices are connected. In this case, it is SC260, which is one of our wired headset. And then you can see which IGEL machines are there. Then if I go into the device part, here, let me just try to showcase. So you could search with the host name. So if you know what is the name of your device, the endpoint, you could use that to figure out like, okay, I have a user who is using the Impact 5000 device with the STW10 headset, and you can see which firmware version is currently on that device. Then what the premium, the use case, which also Anke referred to is like with the Symphony. Earlier with the VDI endpoints, it's like you need to go to each desk and take the device and update it. Now we are saying that we have the updates available over here. So this is one of the latest ones which we released out into the market. If you are having from the Adapt 130 headset, you could say, I want to deploy it, select a user group, say that I want to deploy for all users, choose your, in the case of VDI, because there's no UI, it will be a silent update. You can choose a start date here from when you want this to be done. You can choose during which time. Let's say if you want it to be done during the night, then you could say like, okay, from evening 7 o'clock till night 12 o'clock, you can do the update. So that it will only update it when the user is not at the desk. And this does at the time zone of where the endpoint is. So it will take there that it is done during between 7 in the night to 12 in the night at the endpoint time zone. And then once you have deployed, you could also see some statistics like, for example, in this case, when they have deployed something for Adapt 660, you could see whether the update was done successfully, if there is any failures, how many are still pending, how many have not yet received it. So this is a nice way for the IT admin to see like how many devices have updated and how many are still yet pending to be updated, or is there any failure seen or what happened, to figure out what is happening over there. And also another thing with this is like, if we look at the SDW series, one of the things we could also see is like you can have a lot of configuration on how the device is configured. So you will see that these are the different ways of how you do it for, and it could be that in your call center, you might have to change the settings on how you would like it to be based on the frequency, or you want to limit the audio limiters in which mode it should be if you are in EU, use EU limiter. So for those kind of things, we also have something where you can go and define the configurations. For example, if I am, let me see if I can, SDW, yeah. Yeah. So you can see here that we have something over here where you can define some configuration. Let's say I want to only set the EU limiter. I can set it to EU limiter on, then save it. And then I can deploy this configuration package. I'm not saving it because somebody else already is using this right now. But what I can do after that is like, I can take this, I can say, I want to deploy this configuration package similar to what we have done earlier. Can say like, I want to deploy it to all users, and then it gets applied. When you deploy it, the next time the device talks to the cloud solution, or the VDI, the endpoint talks to the cloud solution, it will receive this configuration and it will apply it on the device. So most of these updates and configurations are designed in such a way that it is not impacting the endpoint when if you are in a call, but it tries to apply it once your call has ended or after your call when you're not in a call. It keeps trying to apply it only when you're not in a call. So we can do update management, we can do configuration management, and we also have some reports to give some insights on how many client versions you have, how many active users or inactive users you have, and what are the different devices which you have, and which firmwares they have. And we don't, so you could get some insights, you could roll out updates, and you can also do configuration on the device. I think that's it from my side, Anke. So probably we could go to the EPOS Connect part.
Thank you very much.
Let me see. I need to stop sharing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there are some slides on EPOS Manager. Jagadish, do you want to go through them as well, or should I?
No,
Okay.
No, I don't think we need to do that.
Yeah.
I go to this slide.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think as part of our, I would say, our software solution, EPOS Connect is the application that we have for the endpoints, where it will execute basically commands, and it's the worker that reports data to EPOS Manager. I think one thing that we probably also should mention is that EPOS Manager actually is available as a cloud service, as in you can sign up for free for EPOS Manager, and then you will be able to log in. And alternatively, if you do have I would say a more restricted environment, it is also possible to deploy it on premise on your own server. So it's a very simple system. Basically, we have EPOS Connect on the endpoints, and all of the EPOS Connect in your organizations will actually send data and retrieve data from the EPOS Manager depending on how the EPOS Connect is configured. And I think on the next slide, Anke, there is we have a video where we will actually be able to, it's mentioned here that you can get the tenant ID and tenant URL. That's the part that I mentioned earlier, where this is where you will be able to sign up for free, and then you get once you have logged in, there will be a page where you will be able to get the tenant ID and the URL, where that can be entered into the UMS to configure the IGEL device to point to your instance. And I think we actually have a video that will demonstrate this process. Yeah, this one.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So could you help to play that? And
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
just
No,
a shout out. This is a Kelt's video, which I thought was really nice, and it's very clear as well. This is how you basically enable EPOS Connect in your IGEL device. It is actually already included in the operating system. So the only thing that needs to be done is to actually enable this by toggling the checkbox that we will reach shortly. There it is. So this is how you configure the device itself. It's under UC solutions, I think, and then EPOS, and that's where you enable that. Or alternatively, to apply it to a wider range of devices, you can create a profile, and by specifying the values there in the profile, and then you can push that profile out. And this was the part that I mentioned earlier, that you would need the tenant ID right after you sign up. After you can log in, you will be able to reach this page in EPOS Manager. That is on the top right, and then you click on Client Config, and you will find this tenant ID backend endpoint, and that should be filled in these fields. Proxy is optional in case your network is behind a proxy server. That's where you can specify that. And then once it is applied, I think once the new configuration is applied, the IGEL device itself will reboot. And when it comes up, then EPOS Connect will start running in the background, and you will be able to see your devices registered in EPOS Manager and push updates the way that Jagadish has demonstrated earlier. And this is where we see that the configurations has been applied. So again, thank you, Cap, for the video.
You're welcome.
I go further.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And I think we are saying that we can just skip this slide. We are saying that I think we are among the, we feel that our solution is actually among the best ones, or at least compared to others of other headset vendors. Can we go to the next slide, Anke?
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
and then I will talk a little bit more about call control and presence recognitions. The earlier part was mostly about how we manage devices, how you can update firmware in your devices and keep them up to date. And this is actually what you can get with the device when you already have it running and operational. What you can have with the EPOS devices, how we have integrated with other partners, particularly other softphone vendors. I think as Anke has also shared earlier, I think what we feel is one of our advantage is that we work really closely with some of our strategic partners like Microsoft and who is providing, of course, Microsoft Teams and Skype for Business. And we also have a close collaboration with Cisco, who has WebEx and Cisco Jabber previously. And in our integration with these partners, we actually try to enable as much as possible call control. What it does is that actually when you are, let's say, in a call or in a conference, the way that we are right now, you can actually use buttons on the headset or on the device speakerphone, and you will be able to mute, join the call, end the call, put the call on hold, and those kind of functionalities. And this slide here actually listed which versions that we are compatible with and with which device. And one of, I would say, another advantage with our device is that we have this presence recognition integration as well with quite a number of these soft phones. What it means is that we actually have an advanced BC Lite device that you can have, and it will indicate what is your status at the time. Are you in the call? Which you can set it to have a red color when you're in the call, or if you're available, it will display a green color, and that will actually help in an office scenario where everybody is on their desk and may or may not be available, may or may not be in the call. Just kind of give an early indications to your colleagues on your status. And that's one of the integrations that we have with Cisco WebEx, also on IGEL. And can we go to the next slide, Anke?
Maybe one comment also here, because it's you know, it's maybe not so obvious for everyone, but the call control part, for example, on the headsets, right? That's not it's often the case that we need the UC provider to enable that for us, and that's in the VDI space not always the case. So so we of course also proactively try to reach out to, for example, Zoom, to say, okay, this is important. For example, contact center agents, for them that could be crucial that they have call control, and highlight that to them. So just so you know. Yeah, actually, that was it from Lorenzo's part, Christina.
Yes, that
Would
was
you
it
like
for
to
me.
add anything?
No, that was it. Of course, that was basically what I wanted to highlight was that we integrated hopefully quite well with quite a lot of the partners out there that is in this ecosystem.
Yeah, thank you very much, Christina.
Thank you, Anke.
Okay. So I will just briefly go into the IGEL Ready program as that we are part of, and tell a bit about what we are doing here. So when it comes to our solutions, currently it's the headset solutions we focus on. We go through test cases so that we check whether the headset works, and if when you use the Igel OS and you are in that surrounding, that, for example, the audio is stable and so on. To some extent, we also do call control tests, but as you could see on the slide before, it is a bit limited in the VDI space what's possible. But of course, we work on it, and for example, also Teams, Microsoft Teams, they also are aware of the topic, and there will also probably come some new possibilities soon, so that it can be more enabled. So we do all these kind of tests, and then we provide that to IGEL, that looks at it, says, okay, yeah, that's good. We can accept this. And then it's also visible on IGEL's websites, which kind of headset series that we have verified with them. And as you can see, it is quite extensive. From the headset vendors, we are the ones that are verifying most headsets against IGEL, as you can say. And also soon we will start verifying our, we have just launched a USB camera, so we will also look into getting that done. So now there are, you can say, 4 high-level points why we think IGEL is a really good partnership, and why we think EPOS is a good solution when you use IGEL OS. So first, it's about the native integration that we have done. That's what Christina also presented very well in the video, where you could see how you enable EPOS Connect in the management suite. So by that, we enable that you can do a central firmware update, for example, at all. So that's done. We have testing and certification. So we use a lot of effort on verifying our solutions against IGEL. We have all the UC interoperability in place, you can say. So with most leading UC vendors, we are testing and certifying against them. For example, we are team certified, as you might know, with our products. And also, for example, the latest example is the interoperability with Cisco WebEx, where we are, as far as I know, we are actually the only company that is capable of supporting it. And the last part, of course, very important, is the joint product support. So with IGEL, we have identified who are the contacts on each side. So in case we have a customer that struggles with the solution, that we and IGEL together can support the customer. And I think that is also extremely important, right? Because it can be very time consuming to have to talk to many solution providers and finding out where the problem lies. One or two cases we have worked together on is, for example, AIB, Allied Irish Bank, where we were successful together with IGEL to provide a solution. And the other one is Hotelplan in Switzerland, where we also have solved together with IGEL specific issues that the customer has. And as you also know, probably from the VDI space, right, there are often many, like for example, maybe the customer uses Citrix and maybe the setup of Citrix is the issue. So there can be many areas which doesn't make it a plug and play solution, basically. Also, another thing, we won the Innovation Partner 21 award. So thank you, IGEL, again. It's now a little bit ago, but again, it shows that we really focus on the partnership. We really work together on giving the customer a good solution. So just to highlight that. And the last part, a short outlook of what's coming next. And here it would be great if, for example, Jagadish explains the first part, because that's more your area, if you wouldn't mind. Or else Christina.
Yeah. No, I can do
Thank
that.
you.
So the next, we are currently working on EPOS Connect 7.40 for IGEL OS, where we will support for the video products. We are coming up with we're coming out with our Expand Vision 1, which is a personal webcam, which you can use. So that is something which we expect to come by end of January. And also we are parallelly working on this IGEL OS 12, where we are working on the support for that. And probably, Kel, you can answer more on that. I don't know if it's already done or we are in the process of doing that.
Well, I know we are working on getting that up to speed. I'm not sure if Christina know a little bit more, but it's in our developers' hand to make things work, and we're definitely glad to be part of the IGEL OS 12 early access program and a technical partner program.
I would maybe jump in and share some insights, even if it's not part directly of the EPOS topic. But thanks to technology partners like EPOS, we are able to deliver the new so-called SDK, so software development kit, to delighted partners which we are working together with. And according to this, it will be able and enable the partner to program their own application that they can then publish in our new upcoming IGEL app. I wouldn't say app store because it's a protected term, but in our app portal. So you can deploy and also use different versions coming from a vendor that have been checked by IGEL, also signed to be sure that the application is not delivered by anyone, but really by the vendor itself and not by someone on the market. And this SDK is pretty unique at the moment. And I would say that EPOS is one of the 5 technology partners of the market which are evaluating this feature. So we are really thankful for that.
Thank you. So very last part now is the commercial area. So just would like to mention that we from EPOS side also look into setting up more IGEL environments. So for example, the German support team has used some time on setting it up so that they can also give local support. And of course, we are the target is to achieve very good service in case the customer needs help from us. Also, for example, Kel, I know you focus also a lot on building up environments in your area, so that we can also test several scenarios and so on.
Yeah, we have a very extensive lab environment for both the IGEL thin clients and with a Citrix backend. So we got the entire VDI environment with the UC solutions.
Yeah, thank you. And the last part is that like overall, and I said it already before, right? Our interest is of course that the customer has a good experience, and then that's why we also engage on all kind of levels that we can, and that is the support, it's the sales, it's the pre-sales, it's the service, the after service when the sales has been done, and so on. So that's the target, and that's what we work on. Thank you very much, everyone. That's it from us. Sébastien.
Thank you very much, Anke. So just in case someone is asking, because I got a private message in on Slack, yes, the session is definitely recorded, and we will share the recording on videos.igelcommunity.com. For you, for EPOS, first of all, thank you very much for your time and for your efforts. We will definitely share with you the link that we will be able to share the content also on social media and so on. So it's just a great proof for a partnership, how it can happen on the market. And you're pretty unique at the moment, I would say, from the topic that you are covering, but also from the cooperation that we have together. And we are seeing your presence on more or less every fair where we are also attending. And you're definitely delivering, I would say, pretty unique experience. I remember that it was somewhere in Switzerland where you had this van, right? Where you could test the different audio devices and so on. It was really good. Yeah, a great moment for us to be there. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I would say see you soon. I will stop the recording right away. And I wish you all a pleasant afternoon, day, or morning.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the invite, Sébastien.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.